Dear friends, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome here once more, wherever you are listening from. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back. I salute each and every one of you, Biafrans, men and women of goodwill, those that have taken it upon themselves that Biafra will come. I salute you all. We are here once more this evening. Continue the propagation of this gospel of Biafra. And we have only one duty, and that is to make sure that Biafra is restored in our own time. Biafrans, I greet you all, and I also want to salute our leader, Ohamadike. Ohamadike, one of Biafra. I salute you from here for the great work you're doing for Biafrans, for the great job you have been doing, for refusing to let go, for refusing to let go. May Elohim bless you. I also want to greet our Prime Minister. I also want to greet our Prime Minister, Meji Buagu. Ndị ilo si n'ọdụrụ nkọ, mana ha ekwetago n'ọdụ nkọ. So our Prime Minister, I salute you. Yesterday we celebrated your birthday, and as God added a new year to you, He will continue to furnish you with new ideas, more wisdom, great wisdoms, great knowledge to carry on with the liberation fight doing in the absence of our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And may the good Lord continue to guide and protect you. I salute everyone, the lovers of freedom, those men and women that are out there supporting the Biafra Liberation Army. That the things you see today in the north will never happen in our land. May Elohim bless you all. And those that are always here to listen and share, those that are doing a tremendous work. Because when you have goods and nobody's patronizing it, you will end up buying from yourself, because that is what it is. But as our Prime Minister is speaking and people is coming to listen and implementing the things that he's saying, that is the only thing that have been keeping us. And that is what have brought us here. It didn't fall from heaven. Simple because we listened to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Our Prime Minister listened to him and he bought into the idea of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu coming to liberate the people of Biafra from the quagmire that we are all in, to separate us from the evil entity called Zoological Republic. If not that he listened, and many of us listened, I don't know where we would have been today. Because had it been who joined the bandwagons that said that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu talks too much, that said that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not respectful, that said that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is jobless, that said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is miscreant, that said that called him all manner of names. Had he been with joined those bandwagons and Mazi Simon Ekpa joined them, today we would have been done for as a people. But because Mazi Simon Ekpa listened, and he did not just listen, because that's different. There is a different ballgame when you listen and do nothing. And it's a different thing to listen and implement that which you have heard or learned from word. Listening and not learning and not hearing anything. People hear sounds. People are listening to me just as I'm speaking now, and what you're hearing is sounds. At the end of the day, you will ask, what did he say? You say he was just talking, he said a lot of things. You did not pick anything from the things I said, because you were just listening, or you were just hearing sounds. You weren't listening to what I'm saying. But this gospel will take it personal. Because it's coming out and you see that this message is for you, or this message concerns me. Because many people that stay on the fence today, or telling you about how you can continue recycling the criminals you have in the system, and one day you will come there and sitting on the fence, be consign me to do for me what I asked for. I already have whatever life can offer. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made, and it become a noise to them. Because what makes a music that is enjoyable is because it's a composed sound. It's an organized sound that you can listen to, and you will drive the melody and all that is in it, and you will love it. But once it begin to make noise to you, that is unorganized sound, it become a noise, and it will become irritating, and it will become uncomfortable to you. Many people hear the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and it become a noise to them. It become irritating to them. And they want to do everything humanly possible to silence him, displatform him, to make sure they stop hearing that sound that is making them uncomfortable. But you know, the truth makes a liar, a cheater, a criminal uncomfortable. Once you begin to say the truth, it will become uncomfortable to them. And because Nigeria, the terrorist state, the zoological republic, the foundation is being laid and built on lies and deceit. So whatever that will make them to come encounter with truth, they run from it. They run from such situation and incident that will bring them close to the truth. Because once the truth comes close to lies, it will eliminate, because lies is like darkness. Once the truth that is light comes to the darkness, it will eliminate the place. You will begin to see whether where you've been staying for a very long time, whether it's good or accommodating to people. You will see that there's dust everywhere when there's light. But all the while that you were in darkness, everywhere was cozy for you. Once you can go out and you make one money or the other, dodge the police, survive the army, survive the hunger, survive the Dangote trailers, survive all manner of things that you battle with every day in Nigeria. And you come back, you say, we have survived today. Tomorrow is another challenge. But once the light shines, which is the truth of Biafra, shined in Nigeria, everybody's eyes was open. Then you begin to see the human treatment that you have been enduring all this day long. You see the dehumanization that you've been enduring. This thing that have been feeding you with this, and you've been swallowing it, hook, line, and sinker, without questioning. People claims to be your representative, and they go there to represent themselves and the members of their family. You don't ask question because it is normal. Because while you were in darkness, it is normal. But now that Biafra has come, you begin to Biafra begin to touch light on those things that you need to know, begin to educate you like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did, and Simon Ekpa is doing now. Your eyes become open, and you begin to see how dirty you've been, and how foolish you've been, and how dirty the environment you find yourself, you've lived, how it is. This is the gospel that illuminates your darkness and give you insight to what life is all about. Give you insight to how human being should be living. That is the gospel that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come to preach. And because Nigeria is darkness, built on lies and deceit, they hated it. They went for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, kidnapped him from Kenya and extraordinary rendition him, and kept him incommunicado for a very long time now. You get the point now? But we always come here to preach the gospel to you. And it's only those that wants to listen. And not only hearing sounds. You hear, you listen, and you meditate, you ponder on the things you have listened to. And you begin to make sense out of those things that seem senseless to so many other people. Many of us listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and those things that are senseless to people will begin to make sense out of those things. And when we notice that this thing that is saying is actually the main thing, this is how we should live our life, is when those people that he's talking about begin to react negatively about it. When you mix chemical to another chemical and there's no chemical reaction, then whatever that chemical come with is in line, can coexist with the other chemical that you poured it in. But whenever you encounter something, you put chemical to another chemical and there's a chemical reaction, then know that as the component of the other chemical cannot align with the other chemical, that whenever you put it, there will be a reaction, there will be a chain reaction or something of that nature. And that is how Biafra and Nigeria is. Biafra and Nigeria can never coexist in one place. And there are many things that we are going to be bringing to you today that will convince you that Biafra and Nigeria cannot coexist. Because light and darkness can exist. Just like now, I don't know where you are, what your weather is like, or the pattern, some part of the type of light you there. I've forgotten what's the name. There's this country that even if you in the dark, in the night, it will look as if it is there. Are you getting me? Come and create the earth is that he gives power to the day, and he gave power to the moon to rule over the night, and the sun to rule over the day. And once the light gives way, the darkness takes over the earth. There cannot be darkness and light at the same time. It does not work. And now maybe it is your day. And maybe it is night. And where some other person is early morning. And where some other person is, it is evening. There are goals and principles that governs the earth, and things will be moving on smoothly. Says that darkness and light cannot coexist, and things will be moving on smoothly. This is the fight. Biafrans are the light, the beacon of light, the rising sun. We are fighting the darkness that have taken over Africa. And through our Prime Minister, the Biafra Republic government, we are going to eradicate this from Africa. This darkness that British brought for us, and they name everybody in Niger area, which is darkness, awful, everything that you can think of that is bad. That is the name they gave to us. And today, what you're seeing is the symptom of the disease that Britain injected us with. All the things that we'll be looking at today is the symptom of the things that British brought to us 1904, what it gave birth to today. And me and you, your children, if you refuse to fight, your generation, if you refuse to fight, and my generation, if we all refuse to fight, will suffer the same thing if we abandon the cause. But we have chosen, we've made our decision that we will not abandon the cause. We will fight till the last man standing. That Biafra will come in our own time, in this generation, and not after us. So Biafrans, I salute each and every one of you. As you come in, please do well to share the program. Do well to share the program. Biafrans, it is another day in the that Elohim has given to us. In the presence of Elohim, he is doing a tremendous work in our lives, always waking us up every morning and taking us back to sleep and guiding us and making sure that we do not fall a prey in the hand of the enemies. Thank you so much, you that is always there. I see my sister Diana. Diana, you said good evening. Good evening also to you, my sister. Bless weekend. I bless you weekend also to you, my sister. You all genuine Biafrans, freedom fighters. All the genuine freedom fighters, I salute each and every one of you. I daff my car for you. If you come in, do well to share, like it, click on the notification bell and subscribe if you are a new person, new listener. Do well to subscribe. I salute you all. May Elohim continue to guide you. We are going to continue our video from where we stopped, because on daily basis, I just want us to clear this for you to understand. One thing I want to establish, even though some of us know it, some of us did not know it, that all the terrorism you're seeing in Nigeria was established by the government and backed up by the government. And there's nothing you as a lay person, as an ordinary person, as an ordinary citizen, whether citizen of Oduduwa or citizen of Arewa, trapped in Nigeria, and you believe that you're a Nigerian, can do about it to change it. And this is one thing we, the Biafrans, have seen, and we are changing it. We have changed it by changing the narrative of yesterday. The narrative of yesterday was that our brother caused a war. Our brother was a rebel. Our brother was this. All manner of degrading names, all manner of evil was labeled on our brother, that he caused war. But our brother was there to save us, to make us have a home that we have today. That even in diaspora, you can call home and they will tell you, we are okay. We don't have problem. We go to market, we come back, even though things are very expensive, but we are surviving it. We are not crying like others. That is the work. That is the work the people of 1967, 1970 did. They did that work. They did that job. They teach us that even in the hardest time, you can survive. But do not sell your integrity, your dignity for anything. That is what they taught us. That even if it leads to that you need to submit your life at the altar of keeping your integrity and your dignity to sustain the next generation. Do it. It's more honorable. So 1967, 1970 taught us what honor is all about, and being honorable, what is all about. Not like all these criminals that you call honorables today, that there's nothing honorable in their life. Everything about them is awful. And the criminality, because criminality was so magnified and honored in Nigeria, because what else do you expect? If you have a king that is a criminal, you also have citizens that are rogues, that are criminals. So I salute each and every one of you, Biafrans. We'll go back. I was just laying a foundation for you to know that we are still on my own brother, EC Izuchi. I salute you from here, my brother. I greet you from my end. May Elohim bless you. So I just want to lay a foundation for you to know that we are still on the topic that we are treating before. I will change the topic very soon. Don't worry about the topic. I will change it. What we are still discussing is about the terrorism the death toll that is going on in Nigeria. What do you think? What have you learned? You have the other set of people that they use what happened to them. Things will happen to them multiple times before they begin to learn. And there are other people that things will happen to them and happen to them until they even die in that thing and they will never learn. And you have the other categories of people that learn from the mistake that happened to the others. And that is the class the Biafrans fall to. We are not in that category of people that things happens to multiple times and we are not learning from it. And we are not either in the other category of people that things will continue repeatedly happening to them until it claims their life, claim the life of their children, claim their life of their generation, claim their life of the next generation, and they will still not learn to rewrite the history. No, Biafrans fall to that category of people that rewrites the history from what that happened to others. And that is what the Biafrans, able-bodied men that has dignity and integrity, that is what they did 1967, 1970. So 1967, 1970 was not a coincidence. Neither was it a show off. No, they did it to empower us today, to make us what we are today. Without the effort of the men of 1967, 1970, we will be nowhere as I speak to you now. We wouldn't have this strength. Had it been when they came and they were killing us all over the north, and we submitted and said, no, for people not to die. Okay, what do you want? Do you want to take over Biafra land? Okay, when you take over Biafra land, to serve you, we will be in your hand, even in our land. Okay, we don't have case with that. We can surrender our integrity. We can surrender our God-given and land of our ancestors to you because you want to kill all of us. Had it been we have cowards like that, me and you will not have a platform today to speak. But those men foresaw what is to come. They see tomorrow and they said, no, we cannot sacrifice the future of our children for a mere Lenten stew. Just like Zikiwe sacrificed his own. Zikiwe offered his own at the altar of fame and name. Maybe one day I will teach us about name. I will teach us about name. There are names, about 3 names. Not a name merely and the name your mother gave to you, or the name your father called you, or the name your people call you. No. But names. Names as Elohim made it to be. Names. Name is an identity of a person, or a people, or a community, or a client, or whatever you can call it. Name is an identity. One day I will teach us here what name and 3 categories of names that people bears today. 3 categories of names. That is not what we are here, but somebody should remind me one day. I will teach about that. 3 categories people bears today, and that is that. Back to what we are saying, because as you're talking this one, the other one is coming. I want to tell us that Why the Biafrans? Because many are still asking, why is it that the Biafrans insist? They are destroying the economy. They are doing this. They are doing that. They are destroying the economy. The economy is no longer viable. Dollar is increasing on daily basis. They want everybody to suffer. They know they are the hub of Nigeria. If they are not there, like Sheikh Gumi has finally found out that without the Biafrans, Nigeria goes nowhere. That Biafrans are the face. That Biafrans are the face of Nigeria. That Biafrans has been the face of Nigeria. And once you minus the Biafrans from Nigeria, Nigeria goes nowhere. Because of the light that the Biafrans possess. We've been the one illuminating the darkness all over the place. Making the international community even to see Nigeria terrorist government as something that people should inhabit. We've been the one making the zoological republic the giant that the British created. Because everywhere you see us, everywhere we are there, making name for something that have been programmed to kill us. Can you imagine that? Making a name for something that have been programmed, feeding a python that have been programmed to swallow you. And that was our mistake. And we have realized that mistake. And the wrongs of yesterday is being corrected today. And we're not going to back down. We're not going to give up until these wrongs are being corrected and corrected perfectly, that nobody, none of us will ever go back to them again. But we will have our eyes very clear and watch every deal that we will be having with anybody in the future. And our children and our children will be very careful with the people they deal with and transact with. The people they allow into their life and the people they allow into the nation, Biafra. That is the foundation we are laying, and that is the foundation that have been led, because the foundation has already been led. That is the foundation we are building on. And the completion of this building is almost here. Just few months from now, the building will be roofed, furnished, and everything. And those that owns the building will inhabit it. And those are the Biafrans that this mansion is being built for. And we are going to inhabit it and live in it. Nobody has the right to take it away from us. So, brothers, last time we just crashed, made Sheikh Gumi's the ambassador of terrorists. We made a scratch on this, and today we will bring for you the fruits and the dividends of the work of the Biafrans. Let's you are about to listen to the video. It's a recent video. Those that their children has been adopted, the victim of the adopt not. Watch the one at the middle we are playing now. The one at the middle. This woman here she's a widow, and her son is one of those that were adopted. And you will hear her story. Sheikh Gumi, in a video that we analyzed, we just made a scratch on day before yesterday, was saying that the only way that peace will return is for the government to negotiate with the terrorists, and they know how they have been doing it, that the military has free access to the terrorists because they are not in any conflict with the terrorists. Because if not, if they are in a conflict with the terrorists, how can an army of a nation, as they claim to be, or a country or a state, we go and negotiate, have a link, a platform, somebody is bringing a table, brokering peace between them and the terrorists that are terrorizing your people, kidnapping a whopping number of 707, 287, and name it, a lot of it. Even going to the extent, sacked from their village, sacked from their home. Now in IDP, where there's no light, where there's no social amenities, where there's no tent, because some of the things you see there are not tarpaulin, and some will make use of this bag, sack bag, and tear that sack bag and sew it by themselves. Use stick, make a kind of a tent, and use that sack bag to create. Those are the things that you see. But whenever the media, the brown envelope journalism, the brown envelope media of the terrorist state, the zoological republic, where the IDP is, there is tents. And the people that stays in those tents are those people that they say that they are officials that are taking care of those that have been internally displaced in their ancestral land, where there's no war going on. They will go to those places that those officials used to stay, and they will video it. And they will now have a flash of the other tent. They will stay afar off and zoom it. You will not really see the material that are being used to build all those tents, but you will see one big tent. You see other small tent all over the place. That is the situation people are. And in that situation, Fulani terrorists went there and still break, and those ones you don't need to break an entry, you don't need to invade them. They still went there and kidnapped them, even in IDP camp. Where else can you run to? Mr. Bess, you're welcome. Good evening, bro. Where else do you want to run to? Since you're not safe in your ancestral land, you're not safe in the IDP camp, you're not safe in military barrack, you're not safe in police station, you're not safe in road safety office, you're not safe in custom office, because all of them are there. All the parastatals in Nigeria has been overtaken by the terrorists. And today they can decide what happens and what will not happen. They are the ones that decides. They decide who lives and who dies. They decide. They decide who kidnap and who that is not to be kidnapped. They decide. All these things are them doing it. And at the end of the day, these poor people that live at 30,000 naira minimum wage that they are not being paid are being traumatized, dehumanized, killed and butchered on daily basis. This is not just on daily basis. You hear Sheikh Gumi say it. He will mention so many places that this kidnapping has happened, and he was the one brokering peace. He was the one doing the negotiation. And you will see the kind of negotiation that he does, because it is a business. And Sheikh Gumi has formed a firm, a negotiating firm that negotiates with terrorists in Nigeria, because the business, the kidnapping has become a business in Nigeria. That is the picture I want to bring, I want to paint. And you will hear them. You will hear it, not us saying it. The videos are here. You will hear the lamentation of this woman. Then you will now align it with what Shegumi told you. That is here to broker peace with the government and the terrorists. Are you brokering peace with the government and the terrorists? On what ground? What is the job of the terrorists in the land? What are they demanding for? These terrorists, mind you, they are not citizens of the country. These terrorists, they are not citizens, they are not agitating for anything. These are others from a domicile. From there, they trooped into a jungle. Once you can survive, once you can be brutal, more than other deadly animals there, you go there, nobody will disturb you. Nobody will. There's no restriction in so many jungles today. There's no reason. If you want to go there, you will only do the European countries. Only those places that you will see, they will put a restriction or give you a sign, show you a sign that this place you should keep. They will draw a skeleton that there's danger. That is to tell you that once you cross over to this place, you're on your own. Whenever you mistakenly cross over to this place, you are on your own. And they will draw it and show it to you. So if you want to make the mistake of crossing, then you can do so at your own peril. But in the Logical Republic, in the jungles that are in Africa, nobody will restrict you, because nobody even know whether you are going up or you're going down. Nobody cares about you. Nobody, just like in the roads. Just for example, you have roads all over the country, there's no road signs. There's a sharp bend, no road sign. There's a big pothole. Nobody cares for you. Nobody cares for you. This is what I want to bring. That is what I want to clear you. Made these people, as they are lamenting, nobody cares about them. So when your child is being kidnapped, the government didn't even know how many people that are kidnapped, how many people that the eyewitness, those that call themselves eyewitness, told them. Maybe they told them that 1,000 persons have been kidnapped. The police did not see them. The army did not see them. All the military formations did not see them. Air Force and Navy, nobody is seeing anybody here. Only people that they all normally see are the Biafrans. Once he come to Mass in Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, all the military will know where the Simon Ekpa boys are, like they normally write. The other day, something happened in Asaba. I've not forgotten what I'm saying. The other day, something happened in Asaba. I think I have that video. I think I have the video here. There's something that happened in Asaba. That's a place that they break an entry to. That's a young man, not up to 30 years. I don't think that boy is up to 30 years. I saw it on the media. The military break into that place. It's a family, a home of people. People are coexisting. People are living there. But the people that are living there is father, mother, and their children. And this child was so talented. I want to bring out something. Don't forget what we are discussing. We want to analyze the voice of this woman. I just played it short and I posted this woman at the center. Then we align it with the video that is up. What Shegumi said and the things that he will say on this video. And you will see another video downwards. Maybe I'll bring it one after the other so that you will be able to see the video very clear. Let me minimize it and bring it one after the other, so that you will understand it better and see the picture more clearer. Well, you see the picture more clearer. Where is the video? Where's the video? So this boy in Asaba, the father and the mother trained him through school. They trained him through school, and this young man came out not having a job, because there's no job. There's literally no job in Nigeria. to do. Are you getting me? And according to the parents, they said that this boy had been nursing the he been nursing the dream of building aeroplane. He been nursing the dream of building planes. That is what this guy had been nursing from his childhood. He always build small aeroplane, anything that has to do with engine and flying. That is what this guy is into. And he's so attached to this because how somebody's talent is. And when you come and you don't have an avenue to explore that talent that is in you, you know the pain. You know the pain of having a dream and not being able to actualize your dream. My brother Menike, you're welcome. Chibo, you're welcome. You know what it means, having a dream and not being able to realize it. So this guy was so unfortunate, he found himself in the terrorist camp. But he is a Biafran. He's from Delta State, former Delta State. But he's a Biafran. But for the fact that Biafra has been gerrymandered, married to a hooligan, this guy was so unfortunate at this time that he started inventing some of those things that you already know and using it wrongly. Because when you did not give somebody platform and that person begin and developed platform, many people have died with their dream. Many dreams have been shattered. Nigeria have buried so many dreams. The burial grounds in Nigeria and the Zoological Republic are filled with unfulfilled dreams. This young man can prove he can produce AK-47, pumping action, any type of arms and ammunition, even explosives. The young guy. And he built drone, his own drone, he built it. And he used that drone as a surveillance camera. He used it as a surveillance camera all over the place. Mount that drone as a surveillance camera that monitors the in and out of that place. And maybe from the people that he's dealing with, because it's people that are patronizing him. And some of these people that are patronizing him are the same police and the army that are patronizing him. Maybe there's some people that are from him and they didn't want to back as a form of that's where Lego production is ongoing. And they invaded the place and take over the place. And when they were being questioned, I dream, I know that what I'm doing might not be right, the law, but we have to survive anyhow. That is how Jungle is. Jungle is the survivor of the fittest. Want to bring to you survivor test. When they is there. I don't know if I'm still coming out because it's like the network after. The Janjaweed this thing again. So what am I saying? Why we are bringing all these things is for you. We don't care whether you want to listen or whether it's a noise to you, whether what we are saying is actually a noise to you, or because we are jobless, we don't have what we are saying we are doing. That is okay. Everybody must not be working. It's because your country is a useless place. Because if your country is not a useless place, you know that the government provides for those that are not working yet, maybe undergraduates that have not secured a job for themselves, that they lean on the government with some many things that the government will provide for them, so that they will not go into crime and begin to cause nuisance to the government. They will keep them working. Even when they were schooling, they are paying them, and from the money they gather, then they will not even think crime, because they have something that is sustaining them. But in Nigeria, there's nothing to sustain you. Even you that have graduated are searching for job. Many have searched for job for 15 years. Many people searched for 20 years. Many searched for 10 years. Many searched for 5 years and got frustrated. And today the system of education has been so bastardized that our children, our people are no longer schooling. And even those that are schooling are just there for formality, just to come out with those papers that will be handed over to them at the end of the day. They know that those papers will not solve any problem, will not have anything. That is not a security. That is not assurance that you now have a future. That is not assurance that your goal will be achieved. That is not assurance that your dream will be touched. That is not assurance. That paper that they give to you, whether you come out with first class. I have a friend of mine, he came out as a first class, chemical engineering. Chemical engineering. He went to Port Harcourt. He was invited to Port Harcourt. And appointment letter, they wanted to hand over appointment letter to him, that he should start work. And when he get there, the white man that interviewed him, when he have checked his credential and everything, the man is bright. He asked him, "Who sent you to my office? Do you have any letter from any governor?" The man said no. "Do you have any letter from any commissioner?" The man said no. "Do you have any letter from House of Representatives?" The man said no. "Do you have any letter from any senator?" The man said no also. "Do you have any letter from any local government chairman?" The man said no. And he teared the appointment letter and everything and tell him to walk out of his office. And that is how that my friend ended up. He studied in school. He's now doing very well in aluminium job. That is why the Biafrans are different. He diversified immediately, went back and started learning. Remember, he studied for almost 6 years. And he came out and went back to learn apprentice for another 5 years. Making it how many years? Added it up to his life, to many years that he has spent, before he now start as a Oga, now to start building what he's building today. He's doing very well. But he would have done better. Had he been, we have a Biafra that we called our home, our nation, he would have been doing more better. As a chemical engineer, not just that they give him certificate, he came out with first class. And now that guy has given up with anything that has to do with government. He's just doing his aluminium and doing well with his boys. This is the entity. But whenever you see something that is irrelevant, like negotiating with terrorists, that is what you'll be hearing over the news. They will be parading it. But some people are looming all over the place, jobless. Nobody will interview any senator, interview the governors, interview the president, interview. Why are you not building structures? Why are you not building companies? All this money that you guys are looting, call it for what it is. But because you want them in return to scratch your own back as you're scratching their back, I cannot be in such entity where you scratch my back, I scratch your own back. The story that I told you about that boy in Asaba, Had it been that guy is in the developed world, like in United States or in any other developed world, that guy will be brought in. Can we know how you've been doing this without without anybody teaching you? Just naturally, you're just doing it on your own. They would have made that boy one. They would have taken that boy into the science department. He would have joined wings. That his talent was channeled to a positive side, where it will be beneficial to the government, where the government will no longer need any expatriate for that thing that their own citizens already know how to do. Because one of the benefits is that when a stranger came into your land and he's developing your security cycles, is the one building your codes, you're not secure. Your server is still as vulnerable as anything. But when it's your own citizen is the one building your security codes, you are safe. Because your citizen knows if he's sold, if you should sell your secret to the enemy, that when the enemy is going to head, also be a of that enemy. But terrorists don't have a feature. I think like that there is some reason in this line. They only go after those that are so talented that will be useful tomorrow. Why they will take you and cage you in one place they call reason? Because you are behind. But these other people that are so useless, that are going on rampage, kidnapping people, making use of the rifle that other people built, using it to kill and buy people and send them to RIP, will not touch them. Some people will say these are our foot soldiers. Some other people will say that these are the Northern Freedom Fighters. Some other people will call them names. But your own people will call you criminal as you're fighting to secure the life of your people. Just like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is fighting to secure our life, they called him. Just like Mazen Samuel is fighting to secure our life, building and putting every mechanism in place for us to have a brighter future, they called him on all manner of names. Why? Because they are jealous of you. They hate what you God have ordained you to be. They dislike you for just being you. But there's nothing anybody can do about it, and that is the reason we have to go our separate ways to develop at our own pace and build a nation that we are going to be proud of tomorrow. And our children and our generations unborn will not have to lament like this woman. Why no mother is lamenting like this in Biafra? It's not a miracle. It doesn't fall like it from the sky. Elohim deposit the idea in the mind of people that made themselves available. Because the only way God will use you is when you made yourself available. God doesn't force himself on anybody. But anything that you will become today, God have destined you to be that. And he have deposited the things that will make you to achieve that in you. The things that will make you to achieve it, it has been deposited in you. It's just for you to do what? Align yourself with a call that Elohim have called you. And that's it. And that is it. And that is what the Prime Minister has done, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoku. And that is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has done. And that is why we are eating the dividends today. That today our mothers are not lamenting. Your child is not in the camp of the kidnappers. Neither your daughter there. Neither any of your members there. Neither any of your classmates there in IDP camp or in the camp of the terrorists. Is these people that listened to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. Remember where we started. It's those people that listened to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. The prophecy he made, the words and the warnings he gave to Biafrans. And he reminded us of who we are. and we adhered to that warning, to those warnings, and build a bridge that is actually saving us today. Build fence that is actually securing us against every arrow of the wicked ones. If not today, Fulani will be on rampage. Shigumi will also be the one mediating that you should come. You're a businessman and you have money. You will hear it. You have money. You should bring money to release your child. Do you want to abandon your child and you believe in Biafra now? He will go and empty everything to make sure that his child is released. Those that have not understood the plight of the Biafrans, those people must have come from hell, or the descendant of Lucifer himself. Those that hate and abhors good things, they must have been from the Zoological Republic, because anyone from the Zoological Republic detests good things, detests anything that will work for general purpose and interest. They detest it. The only thing they like is what that will serve the purpose and the interest of few individuals. But anything that will come to serve the purpose of so many other people that others will come and benefit from, they detest it. They don't like it. Let's play this video of this woman so that you hear some of the things that you need to hear for you to know that there's no hope for you anywhere in the Zoological Republic. The only thing that will give you hope is you going back to your people, to your tent, O Israel. That is the only thing that will give you the sense of belonging. And that sense of belonging is what they back down till this come to a reality. It is achieved. We will never back down. We will continue preaching this very gospel. Or many people will say, is it every day you'll be speaking of the same thing? Can't you just look for another thing and they talk about? Our freedom is the only gospel we've come to preach. And we are not tired preaching it. And we cannot be tired preaching it until this freedom becomes ours. And we'll still be preaching it to our people to understand the value and the sacrifices that have been put in place to make this dream a reality. That is why we are here. So we are not bothered when you come and you felt, oh, this one is only talking about freedom. It's not talking about those that about something that is more important than the message and the thing that is the gospel. Any man we need which save life, and not you to be to lose guard. Enemy will come from the back door and take you. It will not be your portion. Biafrans have resisted to be our portion, because when so many people say things and it never come to pass, say it without working. Even people say that work, words, faith without work, faith without work, and your actions, you defeat what you see, what you believe, what you do, whether you believe in God, you believe in deities, you believe in whatever, it is faith. Anything which you believe is faith. Is faith, because most of those things you're not seeing them, but you believed in them. You have confidence and faith in them. You have confidence and faith in them. So once you have faith, the Bible said That any faith that doesn't have work, that faith is good as dead. And the Biafrans has faith that our freedom will come, saying it or acting it, working toward and make this dream of ours come true. That is what stands for, and that is why many people hated us. Not for any bad thing that we do, but whatever we tell you we are going to do, we will surely bring it to pass. That is who we are. We don't look for trouble, and we don't run away from them either. Thank you so much, Biafrans, those that have been listening, because I know that those that have been here since then, they are listening. They are not those that will come to hear and at the end of the day do nothing about it. So I salute those that have been listening to us, hearing us. Somebody, I see Mr. Is it CC? I see Diana. I see my brother. A lot of people here. I greet each and every one of you. I see Chinanya, every one of you. Emenike, Mr. Best, and EC is Ezechi, Izuchi. EC Izuchi. I salute each and every one of you. Let's go to this video and say one or two things on it.
Then carry us to Gumi side and we do meet Isemu to meet Ahmed.
I want you to concentrate on what the woman is saying. Ignore the noise, the background noise. Those are the most stupid people that I've ever seen on the planet. At the presence of terrorism, you don't need to protest. The only protest you have to do in the presence of terrorism is defense. Defend yourself. That's why I said there are three types of people. Some happen to them and happen, and they will never take action. Those are the people that you're hearing their voice lamenting. You don't hear them sing the song they sang during the answers in Togo. When I that year, tears eyes. Do you know why tears rolled down my eyes? It wasn't as a result of pity or something, but I was moved with passion. These are young youths, everybody like me, that are so foolish that they don't know what is wrong with them. They don't understand what's happening. Your experience, because each and every one of us has fathers that have experienced Nigeria that can give us first-hand information of what have happened, transpired. If your father did not find the future in Nigeria, and you is the one that will definitely find the future in Nigeria, how is it going to happen? That environment, that's not as a result that your father is lazy, your mother is lazy, or all your siblings. Are you trying to tell me that if you come to a particular community, the whole community, everyone there is useless? Cannot be. But Nigeria, the structure of the Islam of this zoological republic will make everyone a commit to as good as useless. And they will keep on struggling every day. When you ask, what are you fighting for? I want to, once I finish school, I want to get a job. Once I get a job, I'll get married. When I get married, we begin to produce kids. After producing kids, we begin to train them. After training them, we will now relax. Our kids will now take care of us. Then your journey and your purpose in life is finished. But in the Western world, people are training their children. The government of the day, not people, the government of the day are raising their citizens to an asset to the to the government, to the nation, because of looked the development of their minds, their brain, their IQ, the level of the development, they begin to invent things. They train themselves to work for 50 years. That is why now, as me and you are speaking, the vehicles that will be that people in the future will be driving, everything has been done about it. Even some of the samples have been brought out. The vehicles that will be there must, and why the 2030 is the future. But here you are in the saloon. Now the only thing that is your challenge is to have safe environment first before thinking about it. You will just want to live your life, even if it's suffering, that you prefer it. These people will always give you a worse life that you will prefer the worst life because you don't have any alternative. Biafrans has alternative. We'll never complain like this woman. These people were singing then. They were calling the names of their friends that was mowed down in Togate massacre. They will mention a name and they will say, when I remember Tolu, water run away my eyes. Aye, aye, water run away my eyes. And when he remember all these things, after remembering them, he takes no action. He remembered those people that are sacrificed for whatever protest or whatever revolution they want to do, and they don't deem it fit to say, since these few people or all these men and women has given in their life for this thing that was started, we will see it to a conclusive end, that their blood, all these things we are remembering, should be an energizement. It should be something that will embolden us. It should be something that will take us to a higher realm, that we will not abandon this cause that these people has fight for. Do you see the difference between the Biafrans and these people, the way we reason? Those people that died in 1967, 1970, that give up the ghost, that we are starved to death, are still our driving force. And those that died in our own present, because this is our generation, many of us did not see the war that happened 1967, 1970, but we are already firsthand experiencing the war that have been brought to us. That Muhammad Buhari, that I played this video, I think yesterday morning or thereabout, was telling the Biafrans that he understand the language that they will be speaking to, and they will understand it. That he knows language that he will speak to Biafrans, and they will understand. And language is the language of kinetic approach, sending all manner of missionaries into our land to butcher them and burn down, kill them. But that cannot be channeled to those people they called an intruders that are kidnapping indigenous persons, the so-called citizens of their country. Now, George, as we are talking, be pondering on all these things that we are saying. Does it not make any sense to you? Does it not make any sense to you? That some persons have mapped you out that you will not, that you will be extinct. And it doesn't make any sense to you for the fact that you find yourself surviving today. But what the next minute bring, you don't know. You just want to live your life by chance, by chance. If a chifota, Biafrans have rejected that. We will not live our life if a chifota. Like these hopeless ones that are carrying placards. Placards does not scare terrorists. Placards emboldens terrorists. Complaining and lamenting to the media does not scare terrorists. The only thing that scares them is standing tall and resisting them. Protecting those vulnerable ones that cannot protect themselves. And if you don't have army or police that protects you, make one and begin to protect yourself. Just like our government, Biafra Republic government in exile, is protecting Biafra land today. You see a place near Nsukka where the terrorists want to meander and enter into our land. And immediately, because we already have an army, they sweep into action to make sure they are sent very far away, close to our border. But these ones that are lamenting and paying 800,000 for transport, because Gumi told them that the money they paid is transport fare, that now they will now come in to negotiate how much will be used to release their children, and each person has to pay. They need to go and contribute and pay 500 million. Widows that has not eat 2 square meal confidently. Widows that cannot take good care of themselves. Widows that the government did not know that they even exist. Widows that doesn't have light, NEPA light. Widows that doesn't have any good business that they are doing. They are surviving on daily work or daily menial jobs. Those are the people Sheikh Gumi in his negotiation is telling to go and rally around and raise 400 million, or they should mount pressure on the government to raise the money for them. Either way. But if they failure to do so, you will never see your child again. Is this what you want in Biafra land? Use arm and ammunition to do with either claim your life, is either ready to give up the ghost, then you act negatively. If you're not ready to give up the ghost, you have to comply. Have you for your life before? You have not. If you have ever begged for your life before, you will understand what I'm saying. What it means at that moment, when a decision is no longer in your hand to decide whether you want to travel, or you want to be safe, or you want to tamper justice with mercy, or you want to be safe anywhere you're going. That time that your life is in the hand of another man that will not take decision whether you will live or die. And you know, each minute that you pass is just a grace. You don't know the minute it will be, and they will be angry and they want to use you as an example. Do you know that people The unlucky ones are used as an example to tell those that their loved ones are still alive that they mean business. Because according to what this woman is going to say, he said that the terrorist told him that one of the children had been killed, just to tell them that they are serious. Do you know that life has been taken? Is somebody that was alive like me and you, was used as an example to tell those that their own is still alive that we can do the same to your own child if you refuse to come. What about that person that his own child have been used as an example? And you find yourself in such government that are so crippled, that are so imbeciles, that cannot help themselves, let alone helping others. I cannot be an imbecile of an bottle government. That's why Biafra Republic government in exile is the only way to go. The self-referendum that is coming up in Finland very soon, October, November, is the only way to go. The Biafran coin is the only way to go. The Biafra Republic government and de facto government in Homeland is the only way to go. If you want to do otherwise, you are doing so at your own peril. Biafrans, we know where we're going, and we know what we want to achieve at the end of the day. And what we want to achieve is freedom. And there's nothing any Jupiter can do to stop us. Freedom, our last destination. Doesn't matter the obstacles on the way. Freedom is our watchword. Freedom and consistency is the only key that is taking us there. We are not speaking from the both sides of our mouth. We don't see black and begin to speak black and see white and begin to. We don't speak like Romans when we get to Roman. We speak like Biafrans when we get to Roman. We speak like Biafrans anywhere we go. So whatever situation that comes, we still speak like Biafrans. We still speak freedom. Whatever circumstances that come, we still speak freedom. And that is why many people, and those that don't want us to be free, they are not finding it funny. But nobody has ever found it funny when they want to be free. And all the nations that have walked this path that we're going now, it wasn't fun. But today, the generation that come, the generation that are now existing in that place that people have laid down their life to make what it is today, are enjoying. And many people in Africa are clamoring to go there, but they can't stand up and make Africa the hub where the Western world will come and say, this is a place that people can live. So that their people will stop running out. They cannot do it. They cannot.
They invite one free that they come and we gather money, almost 800,000. We give her. He said that one is a transport motor. And I started crying. He said,
these widows gathered money. Do you know what it means for these widows at this hard economy? Do you know what it feels? Do you know what making 1,000 in Nigeria now is? And the worst of it all is that that 1,000 you made cannot get you anything. Like you have like 1 million in your account. The value of that 1 million in your account is as good as 100,000, because you will take 1 million naira into the market that you want to buy something to equip the house, and you end up looking like somebody that have been defrauded. So imagine a person that earns 5,000 every day or 3,000 every day. Do you know how many things that these women deny themselves to gather 800,000, whopping 800,000? And they handed it over to Shigumi, and Shigumi in return told them that this 800,000 is just my transport fare, a consultation fee. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. If you're not grateful for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you're a witch. You are a devil. You are a wicked soul. If you're not grateful for what Mazi said, you are a witch, a daylight witch. And Elohim said in the scripture that we should suffer and live. And if you're a witch, bewitching Biafrans that Biafra will not come, Bible has already condemned you, and you are condemned. It says, suffer not the witch to live. So become a witch, Elohim will kill you. You've already been condemned. So if you want our people to be lamenting like this, you're a witch. If you want our children to be kidnapped, we are being kidnapped. Children and our families will be, these people are lamenting, then you are making a mistake, a grievous mistake, because it will never happen. It will never happen. It will never be our portion because we are working on it, not to be our portion. Not like we are saying, that have been kidnapped, water stood from your eyes. How do roaming out, water will not cease to roll from your eyes because you have become a commodity. You are made commodity in the contraption, not to live as citizens. It's only the Biafrans that will live as citizens because we have a government that is speaking for us and making it possible, making us believe it that we are not commodity like they have made it to be. Running away from their eyes will continue to be a commodity because whenever you're being kidnapped, your price will be paid. If they were unable to provide the price, they will sell you and they will do the unthinkable, selling your parts to the people that need them because we're a commodity and we don't want to be part of this. We don't want to be part of it. That is why we must do everything to separate ourselves from this evil entity called Nigeria. Dear friends, I salute each and every one of you. It's already 1 hour plus. I will leave us here. Tomorrow, if time permits, I will come and continue from where we stop. But I just want to tell you that Biafrans are not as useless as this. Some people will say, he's being civil. You are. Iwu mumu. Mumu kaoma. If being stupid is being civil in your eyes, then continue to be stupid. And these people continue to negotiate for your children. Biafrans are not this stupid. We defend our people and save them from the horror that is being unleashed on others. Thank you so much, Biafrans. I salute each and every one of you. May Elohim continue to bless you and make the light of his countenance to shine upon you always. May he guide you on the path that leads to life. May he never allow the bloodsuckers lay their hands on you. May Elohim be kind and gracious to you. May he keep you. May he sustain you. May he guide and protect you all the days of your life. May you never be a victim of the terrorist, where there will be beating price on your head, negotiating whether the price on your head should be 2 naira or 3 naira. May that never be your portion. May that never be your portion. I salute Mohamadike. I salute our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. I salute all of them. These are men that we love so much. These are men we love all the day long. Many people like this, but it is unfortunate they don't have them. And we are privileged to have men like this in this generation that are speaking literally on behalf of their citizens. Because the job of every government is to speak and work on the interests of their citizens. And that is what we are doing. So I salute all of you. We will be drawing the curtain here to come back tomorrow morning. Do well to share the program as you come across this program. Do well to share, do well to like, and do well to comment if you wish to, and do well to subscribe. I salute you all. Yamaru numa, otutu ife n'abani. Ife ọjọọ eme n'unu. Ebe ọwụ na itiri aka, ya wụrụ ngọzi. Nke ọwụ na onye na-emewu nke ọma, ya gazie. Daalụ na ụmụnne m. Ka ọ gazie na. See you tomorrow morning, anytime from 7 or 8. We will be back and stay for like 1 hour or so. And we will call it a day. But tomorrow, by God's grace, you will hear more on the lamentations that are going on the terrorist camp where we don't want to be part of. Thank you so much and remain blessed. Do not lose guard. Your eyes on the ball. Keep on funding the Liberation Army. Keep on funding the Biafra Republic government in exile. And keep on trading with the Biafran coin, with the Biafran bank. You will not regret it. Rather, you will be happy at the end of the day that you do. Thank you so much. Good morning from here. Good night and good evening, depending on your country. I salute all of you. Thank you and good night.